I want to begin. Commissioner, you want to begin or?
Yeah, we can go ahead and get started.
Or we do that? It is right. It's on the way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and begin. This is the Department of Public Safety Detention Facility Oversight Board meeting. Date is November 12th, and the time is 5:20 PM, and we will call roll. James Don.
Present.
Onetha Lewis Walls.
Present.
Usman Gay,
Present.
Kanika Harper,
Present.
and Daryl Gray. So everyone is present. Can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
It's been moved by Board Member Gay, seconded by
Right.
Board Member Don. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, nay. Motion carried. Approval of October 14th minutes. If there's a motion to approve,
So moved.
been moved by. Y'all quick today. Oh, y'all trying to get to the reception. A little bit loud. Okay. I said that they're moving quickly today. They're trying to get to the reception. No, that's not the part you wanted me to be loud. The motion was made by Board Member Dom, seconded by Board Member Lewis Wall. All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of October 14th, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, my report. Well, first of all, let me say that it's been an interesting 4 years, to say the least. This is my last meeting as a member of the DFOB. I have considered it an honor and a privilege to serve the city of St. Louis in this capacity. I have considered it a more higher honor and privilege to work with the people that I've been working with, board members and the staff. I continue to say it, Ms. Louise, I think I've said it from day one. You will not find a more dedicated staff in the city than the staff, the DFOB staff. And we've accomplished a lot. We may not be where we thought we would be 4 years later, but we've seen progress. And it, what is it? Frederick Douglass said there's no success without struggle. There's no progress without struggle. And we've had our share of those, but in the midst of all of the struggle, everybody's been steadfast. The staff has been steadfast, a professional group of individuals. It was great to have our former commissioner. I think that he helped us to put together a pretty firm foundation with people like Louisa. Yeah, I said Miss Louisa. And other members of the staff. A lot of direction, a lot of guidance, a lot of expertise, great expertise. And then with our new commissioner, who came and took us to another level. And so I have no regrets in the 4 years that I've spent. And I just look forward to the board progressing under new leadership. And so I want to just thank everybody. Thank y'all for putting up with me and my humor. That was hard when y'all was supposed to laugh. But what happened to the sign? Remember back in the day, they used to have signs up to say applaud and okay. It's been a labor of love, y'all.
They use a button now, Reverend Gray. It's a button.
They muted me. Did they mute me? Oh, it's a
No,
button
no.
now.
Yes.
Well, the commissioner didn't give me that laugh button because I would have sure hit it. But I've I've prayerfully decided that it's time for me to do some other things within the arena of criminal justice reform. And I'm not sure if I can announce it yet, but I won't be far from y'all. And the work that I will be doing, I think anyway, enhances my commitment to criminal justice reform. And I pray that I'll be able to use the position to better serve the least of these. And so I don't think I can say anything more than that. So with that, again, thank you all very much. I appreciate you. So now we have election of new officers. It gives me great pleasure to get to this part of the agenda. Great pleasure, Miss Louisa, stop. For me to get to this part of the agenda. And so I will open the floor for nominations, and we'll do it as it is listed here. Chairperson, vice chair, and secretary. And so are there any nominations for chair for the detention facility oversight? Nominations are open. Can I make nomination? Legal counsel? Can I nominate?
I don't believe so.
Oh, dang gummit. Okay,
I have a nomination for president.
chairperson, okay. Ms. Harper, who do you nominate?
I'm going to nominate Usman Gay as president and chairman.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Since I've said it 3 times, I will ask, do you accept the nomination?
I do accept the nomination.
Then, all in favor, we only have one name. Can we do this by acclamation? We take a roll call vote? All right, we're gonna take a roll call vote. Let's go with the person who nominated, Ms. Harper.
I am in support of.
All right,
I'm sorry, that's
I'll
my
take
chief.
that as a yay
Yes.
or a
Well,
yay. Okay, okay. Mr. Darm?
Yeah.
Ms. Bonita Lewis Walls. And Chairperson Gray, a resounding yes. It is unanimous, and Board Member Gay, you are now the new chairperson for DFOB. Congratulations. The floor is open for nominations for vice chair. Is there a nomination?
I have a nomination.
Nomination.
I would like to nominate board member Kanika Harper.
Should did this at first. Ms. Harper, do you accept the nomination?
I do accept.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Then I will go with the person who nominated first. Mr. Gay,
Yes.
Mr. Darm,
Yeah.
Ms. Lewis Walls, and the chair, another resounding yes. And Ms. Harper, you have been voted in as the vice chairperson for the detention facility oversight board by unanimous vote. Congratulations. And
Thank
now you're welcome. Secretary. The floor is open for nomination. I can't help you. James.
I'd like to have a nomination for secretary.
Yes,
If he would have it, I would nominate board member Dom.
great nomination. Do you accept the nomination?
I guess so.
He accepts the nomination wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? All right, then we'll take it to a vote. Ms. Harper,
It is a yes for me.
Mr. Gay,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis Walls,
Definitely, yes.
and another. That's my third resounding yes for today. Mr. Darm, you have been elected as the new secretary for the Texas Facility Oversight Board. Congratulations. Unanimous vote. We've got three unanimous votes. Now, because we have new officers, do I relinquish my seat now, or do I continue the meeting? I'll ask legal counsel.
I would, you're still actively the chair of this board. I would make a motion that they'll serve their new elected positions at the next meeting so that you can proceed with this meeting.
Is there a motion that the newly elected officers will assume their responsibility at the next board meeting? The motion?
So moved.
All right, and Lord, y'all are fast today. All right, it's been moved by Board Member Dom, second by Board Member Gay. Further motion, ready for the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, nay. Motion carries. All right, so I will continue. Y'all just did that. Thank y'all. I don't have any correspondence. I will ask the commissioner, is there any update on DFOB vacancies?
Not at this time.
And I probably should have said that my resignation is effective the 16th of November. I probably should have put that on the record. It is effective November 16th. All right, would commissioners report?
Well, congratulations to our new officers. We certainly look forward to continuing to work with you. I do want to report that we had a meeting today with Commissioner Hayward, Deputy Commissioner Ross, and the other person, what is his name, Louisa? The training coordinator on today. The purpose of our meeting with the Commissioner Hayward on today was to provide him our investigator forms, provide him our procedures in terms of investigations, and other pertinent documents. We were able to request that we have an individual identified from CJC that our investigators will be able to contact. They would be contacting Deputy Commissioner Ross, and that is for them to proceed with their investigation inquiry. We were hoping that on today that we would have an actual date for the investigators by the City Justice Center. We do not have a date, but we do know that Commissioner Hayward is very supportive of the work that we will be doing. One of the things I wanted to communicate to Commissioner Hayward in terms of the investigation approach, often in investigations, it is perceived as a process that identifies penalties and also places blame within an organization or institution. That is not our approach. Our approach with the investigation is that any information that we are able to obtain will be used as a catalyst for change and continuous improvement. I really wanted to impress upon Commissioner Hayward that we are a partner with you. I suggested to the commissioner that he needs to have some cheerleaders and that we are willing to work with him and certainly any of the other organizations that are supporting the education and skill development of the detainees at the City Justice Center. So we will continue to keep you updated as we proceed with our work at the City Justice Center. Did I leave out anything, Louisa? Okay. So you have before you the documents for the conflict of interest and also the confidentiality agreement. The confidentiality agreement has not changed. It's the same confidentiality agreement that board and staff members must sign upon employment or appointment to the board. I am suggesting that our process is on an annual basis for both staff and also for board members. And those documents are held in confidence within our office. The conflict of interest form was modified with the assistance from Counselor Barbara Burkett, and that is the document that you have in front of you. This document also incorporates the recommendation from Usman regarding a quorum. I can't point to you on what page that information is on the detention facility rules, but I know that it was incorporated by Ruby. Today, what we would like is if you have reviewed the documents to find out if you have questions. But again, these forms, the conflict of interest form and the confidentiality form, we will be circulating it to staff and board members at the beginning of the year. And it will be an annual practice of our office to annually obtain signatures to these forms. Are there any questions regarding the confidentiality form or the conflict of interest form? Wonderful.
So-
Okay.
So do we need a motion from the board taking to receive both of these documents to be used for further use?
Thank you, Reverend Gray. Yes, we would like to have a motion of the board to accept both documents.
Sure. Been moved by board member Dom. Is there a seconder? Second by board member Lewis Walls. Any discussion on the motion?
Not this time.
If there's no discussion, then all in favor of the motion to accept the two documents entitled Code of Conduct, Conflict of Interest Policy, and Confidentiality Agreement. All in favor? I think we need a roll call vote on this one. All right, board member Dom, board member Lewis Walls, board member Gay,
Aye.
board member Harper,
Aye.
board member Gray, aye. Motion, all opposed, seeing none, motion carries. And so thank you very much. Both documents have been approved for use.
And everyone should have received a copy of my October report. That's it.
Are there any public comments? Public comments going one. Public comments going twice. Public comments going for the third time. All right. Any new business to come before the board? I know I said at the beginning, this is my last kick at the can. This board was created as a result of unrest at the jail. And the corrections task force that was created by former Mayor Lyda Cruzens charged us with going into the jail, speaking to all occupants of the jail, not just detainees, but detainees, COs, administrators, managers, service providers. And out of that process, there were 96 recommendations that came out of that process. The number one recommendation that came out of that process was the creation of this board. Out of all of the recommendations, this was it. This was number one. We were supported by former Mayor Lyda Cruzens. We were supported by former Mayor Tashara Jones, who eventually signed the bill that created the detention facility oversight. And we've been supported by current Mayor Kara Spencer. In my opinion, This board is unlike any other board in the city. There are almost 800 detainees in the jail. Almost 800. That's a lot of people in jail. 90+% of them are black. And the same number male. Average age, most of them, 50% are between 18 and 35, over 50%. Most of them that are there have less than a high school education. Serious mental health issues. And in addition to all of that, the facility is understaffed. We have an obligation. This board has an obligation to continue to work in partnership with the Department of Public Safety, to continue to work in partnership with the Commissioner for Corrections, and to continue to work in partnership with the community. That's our mandate. Our job is to make sure that the rights of occupants of CJC are not violated. That proper safety and health protocols are followed. And if anything happens that rises to the level of investigation, that this staff will be allowed to do its job. So as the commissioner said, that our work won't be viewed as punitive, but maybe prevented. That maybe through the work of this board and through the staff, problems and incidents can be prevented. The health and the safety, security, the rights, everybody in that building. The oversight of that falls under the preview of this board. So this board is unlike, for me anyway, unlike any other board in this city because of who we are charged with caring for. Not represented. We're not advocates. We're not advocates. We're not activists, not on the board. We may be in our own individual places and stations, but on this board, our job is not to be advocates. It's not to be activists. It's to provide oversight, to be professional, to be unbiased, to be non-political. That's our job. And I believe that this board has done a yeoman's job in making sure that we have maintained our integrity as a board. And I want to say this, I have absolutely no doubt that under the new leadership, I have no doubt that y'all will continue in that vein, the integrity of this board. Because if you uphold the integrity of this board, those 800 detainees and dozens of staff will know that someone is looking out for them. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's what it's been about from day one. To make sure that folk over there know that somebody is looking out for them. And if this board didn't exist, James, if this board had not existed for the last 4 years, there's a lot that would have gone unspoken. A lot. And so I commend you all. And with that, that's my closing comments. Is there anything, any new business, anything else? Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over to the new chair to deal with the scheduled meetings and any comments you'd like to make. You comments, and then you can schedule the next meeting and then we'll go from there. We're good with that, Counselor?
Not as not your position as chair, since you voted to begin that term.
Okay.
So for the purpose of scheduling the meeting, you can have a motion to schedule it.
Okay.
But for the purpose of this meeting, you should adjourn.
I should do it? Okay. Where's Bob at when you need her? All right, Chair-elect, do you have a date? We're tied into a date?
You are.
Oh, okay,
It's December the 9th.
okay. So that was easy enough. We didn't get this.
Could we potentially move that to the 10th?
Sure.
Board members, anybody have any objection to the 10th of December? Seeing no objections, then the next scheduled meeting will be the 10th of December. And as my last official act as the chair, I will ask the chair-elect if he has any comments before we adjourn and go into the reception portion of the.
I didn't have anything prepared, but I did want to note and thank you for your service on this board. Obviously, your service and your commitment to the city predates your time on this board. You as well were part of the task force that came up with the recommendations that created this board, amongst many recommendations, and how we can improve the livelihoods and the opportunities for those that are most vulnerable in our city. And so I appreciate the leadership that you've offered. I hope to carry that torch forward alongside the rest of the board and with the board's blessing. So thank you so much for your support. And I know this isn't our last conversation, just won't be on this board.
All right, any other board members, anything, anybody?
Presentation. You want to make the presentation?
Yeah, for the solution section.
All right, with that being said, is there a motion to adjourn?
I think you
I'm sorry, Matt, did you have?
I think actually before we get to the reception, we wanted to present you formally with a few things.
Do we do that before the adjournment? Or do we do it after the adjournment?
before.
Before?
You're on record.
Hey, you see, I'm looking over at the council, see Bob. You wait till I see Bob right here.
So first, it is my honor to present you with a certificate of appreciation for your unwavering dedication, thoughtful insights, and steadfast commitment as the first dedicated chairperson to the City of St. Louis Detention Facilities Oversight Board. Your diligent volunteer work and tireless efforts will always be held in high esteem. We present this to you, Reverend Dr. Darrell Gray.
Thank you so much.
And in a first, similar to your role, we would like to present you with the inaugural Trailblazer Award for the Division of Civilian Oversight. In recognition of Reverend Dr. Darrell G. Gray, the mission of the City of St. Louis Division of Civilian Oversight is to strengthen the integrity and increase public confidence in the detention facilities located within the City of St. Louis. Ordinance 71430 created the Detention Facilities Oversight Board pursuant to Bill 19. The 2025 DCO Trailblazer recognition is provided to a person acting as a pioneer and creating new paths for others. Whereas Reverend Gray is the first chairperson of the DFOB, the Detention Facilities Oversight Board has a responsibility of investigating complaints alleging misconduct by detention facility corrections officials, reviewing policies and procedures, and investigating serious incidents occurring within detention facilities. Whereas Reverend Dr. Gray serves as a senior minister for the Greater Fairfax Missionary Baptist Church. He is the Director General for Social Justice of the Progressive National Baptist Convention, Incorporated, and provides a weekly STL radio talk show and co-host on iHeartRadio. Whereas Reverend Dr. Darrell G. Gray is a 40-plus year veteran of the United States and Canadian civil and human rights movement. He was a member of the ground crew of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in the mid-1970s, recruited by Reverend Dr. Ralph Abernathy Jr., a longtime companion to the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and second national president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Whereas Reverend Dr. Gray has worked on the senior level staff with various civil rights icons such as the late Mrs. Coretta Scott King, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and others. Whereas he was a standout figure during the Jackson-Stockley protest and served as an important and valuable link between Ferguson frontline activists, white allies, and diversity of clergy leadership. Whereas Reverend Gray continues to stand on the front line, advocating and leading critical issues affecting marginalized people in St. Louis and throughout the country. And whereas the Division of Civilian Oversight recognizes Reverend Dr. Gray for his leadership as co-author of the City of St. Louis ordinances that established the Detention Facilities Oversight Board, the Detention Facilities Oversight Board and the Division of Civilian Oversight appreciate Reverend Dr. Darrell G. Gray for advancing civilian oversight of detention facilities in the St. Louis area. Thank you.
No, I've given that speech. I just want to reiterate how important it is. I would not have given 4 years of my life if I did not. If I didn't feel that I was able to contribute something. But I think probably more so it's just needed. This board has been a bright light in the city. We've had our obstacles. But in spite of this board continues to stand firm in what it believes. And I appreciate the kind words. And I just pray that my next chapter would only serve to enhance the work that we've done. And so again, thank you. Motion to adjourn? Probably move to a seconder. And probably move to second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, my name, motion carries. We are adjourned.